Good morning, the honorable adjudicator that I respect. Let me introduce myself. My name is Debora Adinda from Hospital Administration STIKES Baptis Kediri. I'm from government team from Motion. The House believes that feminist movement should aggressively oppose the K-pop industry. The jury and friend that I respect, I will start. I agree with this motion. K-pop culture organization for South Korea is indeed very high in Asia, and even almost all over the world. I agree, if not everything can be generalized, that men who are in K-pop feminism all can be equality. I think the feminine movement is very important for the development of Indonesian culture. But I'm also very aware of the unfavorable practices of the word feminist. Before expressing my opinion about feminism, I always feel like I have to explain my version of feminism first, so that people don't misunderstand. Feminism, in my opinion, is simple. That is, knowing what we are going to do by being aware of the difference between women and men. But the opportunity in life must be equal. Opportunity to access education, health, justice, job market, for a more prosperous and just life. There is no other gender apart from improving the life of every Indonesian citizen by achieving equality. But I'm also aware that Indonesian culture has always been quite particular, so a movement that comes and makes a change in the status of K-pop industry of course will not be accepted by everyone. But back to what it means to be Indonesian and even a good human being. It is a good culture when we practice injustice for women? I don't think so. Feminism and this movement for equality, property, and justice should actually make our culture better. Then, how do we respond to the idea that feminism is a westernized movement so that it doesn't fit into Indonesian society? Yes, I think this is absurd. Exactly why I'm so sure feminism is compatible with Indonesian society, because I see Indonesian history is full of female figures who have a feminine spirit such as Kartini, Ibnu Nadine, Dewi Sartika, Martha Christianu. What do these great women here in common? They can all identify injustice and want to fight it for a better Indonesia. The situation will be different for each woman, depending on her environment and family. But in general, the social pressure on women remains the same. As religious conversation increase, dogma-based pressure on women will be even stronger. Here, I'm emphasized and still agree that biologically women and men are not the same. However, as physical, the spiritual being equipped with reason, so women have the same right as men. Both are individuals who have the same right to develop it. But in fact, both in developed and developing countries, women are considered as second-class citizens who always have difficulty to be able to enjoy the next they have. For that honorable adjudicator, for example, everyone has the same right. We live in the country, women and men have equal right. From activity at home, it can be seen, we can see that boys and girls have the same right. For example, when cleaning the house and the right to divide tasks. If boy get the task of washing this and girl get other tasks, it doesn't mean it's boys that right. It's supposed to be done by the girl. But is this right? For every member for here, they can see that everyone has the same right. So it can be generalized for job, it can be painted for men and for women. The honorable adjudicator for next example, we can see from the K-pop side. There we can see that K-pop culture is indeed famous for its song and many from K-pop position, but from that we can't deny that men who participate in boy groups or who participates in the dance community can be said she is feminine. It doesn't mean she is like a woman, but it is a culture that can indeed by the woman or man. On K-pop culture has a big influence on country that already know them. From there we can see that the attention of citizens who are very much interested in K-pop culture is quite a lot of K-pop itself. Does not always have a bad influence on the people around. For example, K-pop boy band. This boy band can influence many people to do better. For example, if he likes himself with one of the members of the group, then he can make one of the member as a role model to continue the service in his situation. So it doesn't always have a bad influence. It can also be reason for someone to survive. The honorable educator, this K-pop can bring luck to every country. For example, if there is one people who really want to live or want to achieve a goal that is to live in Korea, it can be make our country more developed. How would that be if when the people come Korea? Then they want to introduce Indonesia to the world. It can be through small things like this, making Indonesian better known and the Indonesian economy growing. Many tourists come who are eager to get to know Indonesian culture. It also helps improve the economy of each other. So I agree with this motion. Everyone has their own right, which cannot be said to be the same. The right is the choice of each. There is still no patent that it can only be done based on the. Thank you for your attention and see you.
Good morning, the honorable adjudicator that I respect. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aurora Regita. I'm from Education Programs Undergraduate Nursing. I'm from representative of STIKES RS Baptis Kediri. I'm from government team from Motion Raised. This house believes that feminist movement should aggressively oppose the K-pop industry. It's like my partner said, K-pop culture organizing from South Korea is indeed very high in Asia and even almost all over the world. There are 2 points from the opposing team that we want to rebuttal. 1 point, our opponent believe if K-pop not only don't have beauty standard, but they are talented too. But we still strongly believe if that feminist movement should aggressively oppose the K-pop industry. 2 point, our opponent believe if K-pop not only has innovative high beauty standard, but K-pop show their talent with hard work. But we still strongly believe if K-pop see the beauty of human seen by double eyelid, lighter skin, straight hair, even an idol who has skin is always viewed negative by K-pop. Even though we know that not all humans have the same beauty standard. We know that not all humans have lighter skin. The honorable adjudicator, our beauty standard is the only things that is very important to talk in our life. We know that people in this world are very sensitive to light skin beauty standard. This is an important point in that we have to be very aggressive to oppose the K-pop industry in the world. So, the honorable adjudicator, I'm absolutely agree with that motion raised because reason why I agree with the government team. one point, because there are so many people who want to become a K-pop idol, they must have a beauty standard that has been patented in their agency. If they don't follow the agency's beauty standard, they won't debut as idol. Even until someone is willing to operate on his or her face to be more beautiful and shape her waist to be sexier. There are also many dark sides of K-pop that they will be trained to dance and sing for years just to get to tune their desire to debut test. They have to repeat the next year again. Because many children who are underage who attend training at the agency are detrimental to the child because they sacrifice their youth time to be able to debut as an idol. From the video that has been shown about K-pop, I do not agree with the statement made by the opposition team, but I state that I agree with the motion given. Why do I say that? As the statement jury, because the first is the opposition team saying that it's all from a private agency, but if you look at the fact that K-pop is formed from an agency or not, they want effort still in a feminist spirit. 2 point. That K-pop has a high standard of beauty, we must know that basically there is no standard of beauty in a person. That standard is created by oneself and the environment that know him. Beauty that exists in humans is created spontaneously, identically by their environment. So once again, I state that I do not agree with that argument because for me, every human being has a different standard of beauty, and not all humans become a K-pop as a measure to make themselves they are beautiful. So the honorable adjudicator, the third point, I know that many people use K-pop as their role model, but there are millions of people who don't use K-pop as their role model. Why? Because there are millions of people who idol other artists or other character. For example, such as Jiho, a many Koreans, he has skin that is not like other K-pop in general. So the honorable adjudicator, why do I say that I don't agree with team opposition is used a K-pop using role model? The first, I think we know and don't forget that K-pop has white skin, a good body. It can be discrimination for people who don't have a body as beautiful as K-pop. We must know that there are many people who are black skin, have big bodies. If only K-pop is favorite to be a role model. What about other human conditions that are not same as K-pop? Secondly, that not all K-pop's living standard can be followed by everyone. The opposition team said that K-pop was made a lifestyle, but in reality, they forget that to make K-pop a lifestyle requires a lot of money. And not everyone has the money to generalize their life according to K-pop. So the honorable adjudicator, the conclusion is we remain very steadfast in supporting the motion starting that this host believes that feminist movement should aggressively oppose the K-pop industry. The honorable adjudicator must remember that 1. Every human being has a different standard of beauty and not all humans become K-pop as a measure they are beauty. Number 2. There are millions of people who idols other artists of other characters. Number 3. When K-pop use role model to lifestyle, it can be discrimination for people who don't have a K-pop. Number 4. To make a lifestyle requires a lot of money, and everyone has the money to generate their life. And finally, that's all I can get for your attention. Thank you.